Indeed, and aloha meatheads, bienvenue à tous, welcome back to the channel. It is time for French World Problems. Hey, we even get a mastery, but French World Problems indeed. Why is the Lorraine 40T so difficult to play in today's meta? Droodles put out a video about it. I'm going to link to it in the description below, and he called it the hardest tank to play in the game. And I gotta agree, it's a ton of fun, but here's one of the reasons why it's very difficult. T54 Mod 1, not known for good penetration with its AP shells, but look at this. Just rips right through it. I carry tons of APCR in the T54 Mod 1, but not needed in this case. The 15 centimeter Boom Cow Borsig, not known for having great penetration on the 15 centimeter, but it just does not care in this case. It'll rip right through. It has worse penetration than the 12 centimeter, but fire away, point and click, just get the reticle over this, and if RNG doesn't screw you, you're gonna pen. Here it is with the HE, the heat map. White is a guaranteed full pen. Oh boy, you're gonna get these Lorraine set on fire and lit up and chew up half their damage with one shot. That's one of the things to balance the Lorraine though, is they give it tons of hit points, something like 1900, to compensate for the fact that it has no armor. Even a tier 7 E25 with its standard round APCR just ripping right through. The HE won't pen, which you'll see in a second. But yeah, no worries there. There's HE, just splash damage and semi-pointless. You get the point though. Moving on here, even a Cromwell B, you'll never see one. Maybe if it's a fail tune or something like that. But just to make the point, a low velocity gun that has a hard time penning, sort of, in most games, it would just rip this apart. But let's move into some tips and tactics and tricks to survive and thrive in the Lorraine 40T. But first, if everyone could subscribe, click like, it helps feed the YouTube algorithms, all that fun stuff. Okay, and how do we go about commanding the mighty French Rooster? Well, it's pretty simple. You have some defensive things to think about and some offensive things. The defensive is a bit more complicated. At first, always be conservative. Scout cautiously, slow it down, maybe do some sniping at the beginning. Stay behind the armor of your team, use them and their hit points so that you can get shots without getting wrecked. There is no need to dump your full clip into a target. If you get 1 or 2 shots at the beginning, let's say the first 2 minutes of the game where you're pecking away at people, that is fine. Just reduce the hit point pool on the enemy side. Use the mini-map at all times, always with every tank, but of course with this one it's very critical because knowing where the reds are will help you plan your escape route. You gotta know where you're gonna go when things start getting hot and how to get out of there. Never YOLO. You don't want to get too overextended and get caught without your team, especially when you're on your 20-second reload. You're just going to get destroyed. Do not be a hero. That's going to result in failure every time. Save heroics for the end when the enemy's almost gone. There's no need to always be firing. Especially at the beginning, you need to maybe get 2 or 3 shots off, hide, reload at that time, but don't worry about dumping the whole clip again. And always, please consider, use the brain. This is not the relaxing drive. This is the thinking commander's vehicle. It is very effective when used correctly, but you should feel exhausted after 2 or 3 rounds of playing this tank. It keeps you thinking and keeps you moving and keeps the strategic brain operating, so not a lazy drive like an IS-7 or 252U in most cases. So let's get into the offensive. At the beginning, just snipe at the start, get a couple of shots, and you gotta shoot and scoot, you land some blows, and you get out of there, reload when you can, and near your team. And in the beginning, keep it very conservative, as we mentioned. Reload when opportune. Again, you want to be able to dump that burst damage into somebody, but you need to plan your reloads. And anytime you're seeing an 800 or 700-ish HP red tank, go out and clear them, just dump your clip. And you get 225 alpha with your AP rounds, so that gives you 900 alpha damage. But I'm assuming you're going to miss one. You will bounce out of 4. You're not going to land all 4. So let's say 675 is about what you're going to do. So use your speed to swoop in and swoop out. So that's offensive and defensive. But swoop on in there, dump your clip if you can once they fired, and you've just unloaded 900 to 700-ish damage into them. All right, enough talk. Time to rock. Let's put to work with the French cook and put these principles to use. These should help you on your way to becoming a Red Beret commander. Let's go hit Naval Frontier. All right, rolling out with Mike Z28 from Triari E Clan. Great guy to roll out with.
You guys got a conversation going.
Having a little sidebar conversation about the 252U. He says to get it, and I say no brainer, and he is right, and I got it. I love this thing.
Yeah.
Anyhow, on to Lorraine. This is a great game to show an example of how to conserve hit points correctly, how to dump your clip into a single target without getting shot, and then how to use that clip to dispatch enemies. So you get a whole bunch of it all in one game, and this is a fantastic map for the Lorraine. You got sniping spots, cover, all kinds of good stuff. Usually I can catch those guys there going across, and you can see I'm just getting real close to maximum gun depression. This is one of the issues with the Lorraine, is gun depression is limited, and sometimes when you're up high, people can just sail right under your gun. That is one of the commonalities with the oscillating turret, is lack of gun elevation and depression. So I like to rush up here to the ACAP area to hold this down. With a speedy Lorraine, it's great. You can get shots pretty quickly. And I'm not going to poke. I don't have armor. I'm going to wait a bit. Use this 252U. I can see the Stoya Emil. Only time to get one. Not reloading. Holding because I still have 3 shells. Great shot right into the roof. Lucky me. And this 252U, I'm going to use him as much as possible. I'm exercising patience, thinking the Stoya Emil is going to go there, so getting set up. There he is. Or actually, no, that's IS-6. There he is. I'm just going to try to get his track. Don't get it. But I'm not going to get shot, so I'll let 252 take the hit and take the kill. I will reload in the interim. Early part of the game, want to hold on to my hit points because you need them with no armor. I let Mike know I'm reloading, which I like to do a lot when you have a tank with a reload that's this long. Tell your team what is up and why you're not contributing. Alright. And now here's how you dump the clip. He fired. Tracking him. I'm just going to dump it. And this is before I actually got the 252U, so I didn't really know how long the reload was. So I let that happen, and then that's my 4th shell. So that's a great way to not get hit, use your team's armor and hit points, and in this case, a lack of intelligence, to drop 900 alpha. Nearly fully reloaded. See a lot of low hit point tanks, know what time it is now. Can't get that IS. Can't turn so tightly, so I gotta do that. 3-point turn there. And now let's dispatch. Panzer 58 down. Kicked up, missed that shot. I don't know how he misses this shot. Lucky me. I was gonna spend some hit points there, but use this last shell to put the IS away.
Yeah.
Mike goes down, unfortunately, so now I don't know the competence level of anyone here. Reloading. Assessing the situation. T49 moving right in the middle of 3 players. Not so great, but this guy can put away, and it's time to spend hit points and dispatch again.
Right now, yeah!
And I see, okay, the SPU has moved up. HE. Caught some armor. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Reload again. Happily injured his gunner right when he was about to shoot, so he definitely missed me with that one. Seen a surprising number of T49s not using their mobility to win, just kind of sitting and hoping for huge derp, which is a mistake. You gotta just keep rolling, man. Light tank camo, speed, use all your attributes. Alright, 2 guys left. We're still sitting on top. I've got 3 kills. I'm just going to spend that full HP again. Nice shot here into the rear. Happy to take this one to trade that. I know I only need AP here, so that's at the very limit of my gun depression you'll see there. I can't go any further, so lucky he had moved up. And that is first class. 5 kills in the lovely Lorraine. And Top Gun, of course, got the Radleys for the 5 kills. Happy to see that. Damage causing those epic. I have a hard time getting legendary in a tank that has such a long reload to put out that much damage. Big thanks to Mike Z28 of Triari Clan. Man, without you there to do a lot, spotting and being armor, wouldn't have worked out so well. All right, and off we go to Yamoron Harbor. Boat is for dopes, as I am fond of saying. In most cases, going field is better. I love having a Chimera because that's a very complementary vehicle to the pew-pew gun of the Lorraine. He has the big derp. We can work together. However, I'm not going to be a shiphead here. No one wants to play with shipheads. I'm going to just see what I can see and spot and not get shot. Second line support. Tiny bit of scouting, looking around. I can see, okay, the two heavies are there, so they haven't fully pressed to the boat yet, which means they're probably going towards field. So I'll head back to field to support the team. I'm not going to get wrecked by those 4 or 5 guys there. See this ISU 152. He's alone, get some shots on. No damage shot landed, love that. Okay, reload. And I'm gonna go up here, and you're gonna see something when this P-43 Terra crosses. The maximum amount of gun elevation I have there. I've frozen it. I cannot get the gun any higher. I actually have to move. And that did land. You'll see when he pops up before taking a 500 HP hit that there he is. He's lost some HP from that shot. And he's almost gone. So, I'll move over here to apply some pressure and get a shot on this grouping of red guys. And still keep the team between me and them. I am a soft target. Don't want to get shot. Not going to reload, so I'm going to get there more quickly. Was hoping to get shots on the Cheeto SPG, but that's not going to happen. I do see this IS, I think it's a 6 or I don't know. Can't tell with my small screen. Just change targets, sink one into him, get my reload on, and reset camo. Obviously, with your 18-19 second reload, you're definitely going to drop off and have your camo reset, so at least that works in your favor. I'm going to look for my next shot while it's reloading. I know that T-34 is going to poke again. And sure enough,
Yeah.
get to put him down, send him back to the garage. Alright, 3 on 4. Hit point pools are fairly comparable, but I'm full HP, so looking at these 2 half hit point guys, I can drain at least one of them with this clip here. 3 shots. Now I'm gonna go help. Alright. Another shot for no damage. Love it. Put him again down, have to deal with the long reload. Now, this is... You've seen so far 2 shots with no damage, and the AP on the Lorraine tends to do that quite frequently. It really drives me crazy. I could have put this guy away with the 1 remaining round, but I have to wait for the reload, take some chances. But fortunately...
Yeah.
And down he goes, assisting the Chimera, keeping my teammate alive, because being a Lorraine on your own really sucks. You need distractions. There's that IS 5, I think it is. Sorry, my screen is so tiny, hard to read that. So you see how he was outlined. He can't see me. And I'm just going to reload, get ready to do battle with these last 2 heavy tanks. I know there's around a 50, there he is, 50%-ish, maybe 1/3 HP Lova. Telling the Chimera, do not die. Please conserve your HP, your hit points. Keep them there. Play smart and conservatively and not just get wrecked like fools. And I'm very nervous about getting these shots. I don't know where the IS is, if he's going to shoot through the bush and hit me once spotted. Happy to take that to almost put the Lova away. Chimera tries to put him away with HE. Not a bad idea. He almost had him. but wasn't quite enough. And
Oh yeah!
I'm just going to reload again. I'm not going to try to get that last shot off. See the IS-5's moving towards me. I'm just telling him, do not die, Camaro. Hold. We need to have 2 people shooting and not just me trying to circle a death or pull something off and then running out of ammo with bad bounces. IS has made a move. I don't know what he's looking for. Did he give up? I don't know. I'll take it, Pedro. Thanks so much. There we go. So that brings us to another first class. 5 killed again. 3k damage. Bradley, yeah, as you'd expect. And again, epic damage caused and not able to get that legendary damage, unfortunately. All right, let's move into our mastery game, graciously sent in by the wonderful tank-eating tiger of the Death Clan. Got a lot of platoons going on here, but I want to take a moment to mention what a great and helpful player Tank-Eating Tiger has been. I sent him a list of all the things I'm looking for, and he just keeps sending masteries to me to fulfill the list because he is a badass and a man amongst squids. Truly appreciate it. You're going to see a lot more from him, and I'm hugely indebted for him to him for making this Lorraine video possible. Wonderful guy, but let's head out there and watch him smash the fools. All right, he's an excellent player, but I do think he's been taking a bit of a risk here by being isolated from the team spotting middle. If there were 2 or 3 other guys there, let's say both those mediums, it would have been very painful for him. But he's committed to saving those hit points and playing Lorraine properly, and you're going to see that here coming up. Nobody spotted, so we know where they are. Got to be headed towards this corner mostly. Committed to conserving those hit points, so he gets the shot and at the same time dives away to avoid getting hit. And that T-32 is alone, and you can tell because you have a Borsig also there, right there. He's spotting that side. He's going to go help the Borsig, and this T-32 is not long for this world. Boom. So that could have been an HE shell for him to get a little more damage, but hey, I don't think it was absolutely necessary. Don't know what's going on here with the snuggle with the struggle wagon. Maybe he's lost a little control or momentary disconnection. But yeah, sorry about that there, Borsig. And he's going to go see with a wide flank what he can see over here. But oops, okay, Cheeto SPG. Oh, the shots are flying around. He's going to get some cover. Gets one into the SPG, which is great, but as the SPG is turning, he's not going to go face that gun. That SPG has amazing armor on the front. It's probably the best of that line, I think. That new Japanese TD line. Great armor, great gun. So instead, he'll see what he can do here. Instead of charging the SPG alone, but he can see that his teammate is making a push here on the SPG, so he's going to go help. So he's almost halfway reloaded. He's got 2 teammates. Unfortunately, he's going to cop one here. Probably thought that the guy had fired already. He gets tracked and hit. He's now fully reloaded, and this is going to be it.
I'm going to smash him.
Dump it. That's the first of his kills towards his mastery. Gets the nice shot here, backs up. Wonderfully played. And you'll notice he's fired 3. He's just going to reload the clip because the burst damage is where it's at on the Lorraine, so you don't, it's better to have that ready to go. So you see, not much in the way of heroics, smartly played. K91 is fired, so he's moving in to get some shots on this guy. I love this. He gets all 4 in. Amazing. And this shot, I love it. Look at this. Running away or getting out, maneuvering out of the way, gets the 4th shot in. Puts that 900 Alpha to work, probably a little more. Gets the reload on and moves away and resets camo. So this is how you play the French Ninja, is to get out of people's vision and look for another target. Just keep sapping hit points out of the hit point pool. And T-28 Defender is going to pass him by, but decided unload fully. And you notice he checked the HE pen, was not going to work, but he dumps the full clip into the T-28 Defender. So there goes, he even got a couple of high rolls in there. It's probably 1,000 hit points of damage just sapped right out. He was going to go clear one of the other tanks there who was on very low hit points. You can see him there. Can't tell what he is on my small screen. Gonna go clear this K91. Gets the...
I'm gonna smash this guy, finishing.
Unfortunate bounce, but let's pop that turret. Oh yeah, heads or tails, man. I love seeing those flip up in the air. T-44 left. That's it. And the VK is not playing this too well. Keeps getting his cupola shot, and he should have stayed low instead of pushing high because he's too slow. At least he's not blocking tank-eating Tiger. He's moving in. One in, and ram damage. Puts him away.
This is the performance show how I am ready for the title.
Oh yeah, indeed. He gets the elusive mastery in the Lorraine. 3 kills, but legendary damage, which I find super hard to achieve personally. Some potato action on his own team. But he's done a lot of work here. 3 killed off, spotting damage. Well done. Played the Lorraine how it should be played. Dump your clip and go and reload. Always looking for a new target. Clearing weak tanks like on the K91 or just dumping full clips like into the T28 Defender. Well done, sir. Thank you so much for the replays. We'll see more of you soon. I'd like to quickly recap the end of this. That was our final game, but how to work the struggle wagon. And also, I'm going to provide a link to a discussion that's going on in the Wargaming forum where I've entered some of these suggestions. I think it needs a buff. It doesn't even show up on the results for people playing it anymore, so it's not in the metrics for Wargaming. I think few people are playing it. So here's what I would like to see improved on the Lorraine 40T to make it a bit more competitive. I think it really should be a more lethal tank on the field and much less of a rarity. You rarely ever see them, so let's get into it and see what your old Uncle Meat thinks should be done to this unit. So Wargaming, je vous propose. I propose to you that not all of these are required. 1 or 2 of these would make it a battlefield terror instead of the battlefield rarity it currently is. We barely ever see these, and I think it's just because in the current meta, games are so quick. The 20-second reload is just crippling this tank, and you're not going to see these in those 5v5 matches that you're going to push out pretty soon. Reason number 1 being the 20-second reload makes it so people will just push this tank without fear and just blow it up with no armor. I've had a match where I got set on fire 3 times in a row, which just completely wiped me out. So it's very easy to set fire. It can't do anything for 20 seconds, which is far too long. Too many shots bounced. So let's make it an auto reloader, just like the Italian vehicles. I understand you want to keep like special characteristics and all these things to countries, but really it's more about making the game competitive and fun. And this tank is, you never see it again, as I mentioned. If you're not going to make it an auto reloader, shorten the reload time. This reload time, 20 seconds, is far too long. People will just push on you and smash you because they know you can't do a damn thing about it. So let's say 13 to 15 seconds instead of 20. Increase the gun angles. The depression and elevation, as I've shown in these videos, it's too narrow. Especially the elevation. If you're on a ridge, you're trying to get the gun up so that you can shoot somebody. You just can't do it. It's pretty poor. Decrease the aiming time and decrease the bloom when moving. So even turning your turret makes the bloom too large. So this really cuts down on your DPM because the gun is ready to fire quicker than the reticle is settled in a lot of cases. And this is not a tank for up-close brawling unless you're dumping a clip. So you have to slow down the firing rate in order to aim correctly. And I think this may be one of the reasons why AP bounces so often in the game mechanics. The calculations are based on not a fully settled reticle, because getting 4 of your shots at medium distances to sink is quite rare. Otherwise, a lovely vehicle, but with those upcoming 5v5 matches on smaller maps, boy, this thing is just not going to get played. Too much trouble, too long reload, you're going to get smashed. That's it, kids. you know what to do, what time it is. It is time to send your Uncle Meat those replays. Please shoot them on over using the email address provided above. That is meat_locker@altered.audio. Straight up legit email address. Shoot them over there. It's the best way for me to keep things organized. And we have that standing open invite for Seal Club Sunday. All the information is below. Come join us on Sundays as we head out and wreck the Newbs. Tons of fun. And then we just, start playing normal games, doing all kinds of crazy stuff in training rooms. It's really turned out to be quite enjoyable. And hey, there it is. One of the longer videos I've done. Love the Lorraine. Let me know what you think of the Lorraine in the comments below. You can also jump on the Discord server where we're going to discuss this in tactics. But the most important thing is when you find yourself out on the battlefield, under pressure, under the heat, keep it salty, pendejos.
Ooh, yeah.